Hi everyone, it's Miss B. I wanted to invite you to episode 1 of For Crying Out Cloud, the local weather with Miss B. I'm going to try to put on some videos of some of the things we would be studying in class if we were actually there, like we were before we left. So you can see in this infographic, you've got a low pressure system. It's bringing storms up and across the country. Behind it, you see blizzards and snow because there's a cold front back here. This is a warm front down here, so it's bringing severe storms. Maybe it'll spark a tornado or two down here in Texas, Oklahoma, Tornado Alley. But we for sure are going to get some rain out of the deal, possibly some stormy weather. Now you can see here's the low pressure system, the one that brings us storms, and you can see the warm front right here. And that warm front is coming up from the Gulf of Mexico, from that maritime tropical air mass that we talked about before. Maritime meaning moist, tropical meaning warm. It's pushing up into Michigan, and it's going to bring us that warm and very wet weather. Now, overnight, it's going to get very warm, maybe even up to 60 as the warm front pushes its way up. However, the other air mass, the continental polar, is pushing down right against it, right through this middle of this country. And if you look right here, you can see the occluded front, because right now the cold front and the warm front are of equal strength, so they're pushing against each other. Eventually, that cold front is going to push that continental polar air down, and tomorrow we're going to be hit with a blast of colder air, because it's going to overtake it and push that warm front back down. The continental polar air will actually be a lot stronger. So, I have a thought for the day. When it's raining cats and dogs out there, be careful not to step in any poodles. I know it's really bad. I can't help it. I can't wear my Friday shirt, so I've got to throw a pun in here. The other thing I wanted to point out to you is today is the first day of spring. The vernal equinox or spring equinox arrives tonight, and that means that the sun is directly over the equator today because the Earth's tilt has made that so that the equator is getting 12 hours of daylight and 12 hours of night because it's directly overhead. For the vernal equinox, it is going to arrive at 11:49 p.m., so almost midnight, because the center of the sun is directly above the equator. It says all areas receive about 12 hours of daylight. At the equator, that is true, but for us, you can see that we're about 8 minutes off of that. Within the next week or so, we will be with the sunrise and the sunset at equal time. And then we will continue to have the sunrise and the sunset be at different times. We'll be getting more daylight and less night as we get closer and closer to the first day of summer. So I have some questions for you to think about. First of all, what kind of weather and temperatures come with a low pressure system? What kind of weather and temperatures come with a high pressure system? What does the word equinox mean? And how close, in terms of minutes, are we to equal amounts of daylight and night in our area? If you shoot me an email with the answers to these questions, I'll be sure to put in some extra credit for you. So I'm wishing you a happy spring equinox. Enjoy the first day of spring. And hopefully we'll be back together soon and we can continue where we left off. Please stay healthy, stay safe, and know that I miss you very much. See you soon.